out here taking a walk to give my tummy a break today. I'm 25 weeks pregnant today. Woo! Taking my girls to the bathroom across the street from my babes. So yeah, 25 weeks. Woohoo! I can't believe it. It's really neat. I'm getting there so much, you know. I always pray over my baby boy that he grows with Jesus in there and keeps going, getting strong, healthy. And it's incredible. It's so funny because they really make pregnancy out to be a lot harder and worse and difficult than it is. It's actually not too shabby, but I just thank God that God's been giving me favor, and I'm really blessed because I really only threw up once so far, and that's a huge blessing. I'm just one of those moms that maybe two because I'm having a boy, but I didn't get that pukey. Just once I threw up spaghetti. That's why I'm not having spaghetti the whole pregnancy. Spaghetti, In-N-Out, I can't have because I had a hamburger at In-N-Out. I got so sick, I almost diarrheaed myself because I don't eat that much hamburger, kind of. But now I can have hamburger, but I'm not eating In-N-Out until after my pregnancy, even though I love In-N-Out. But for some reason that hit me wrong. Chinese food hits me wrong. Way too oily. Nope. That was deadly too. That almost killed me being pregnant. But besides that, it's a huge blessing. It's not bad at all. And it's so funny that I'm having a boy because now we just barely had the baby gender party, the beginning of September, and we found out we're having a baby boy. And it's so funny because we didn't know before that, and I always craved salty foods. I love lemons with salt. I loved potato chips because they're kind of salty. I was just salt, just craving anything salty. I was it's salty, I want it. It's so funny. And then I even ate the Lay's lemon chips because I was oh my gosh, it's lemon and salty. I was perfection. And then it's so funny because I'm having a boy and I'm I love salt. I love salty foods even though they're bad for you. And of course I'd balance it out just once in a while. But I'm how funny now that I'm having a baby boy. Because it's so funny too because I didn't like chocolate at first. Anything sweet, really, I was oh God. I was once in a while, still right now, once in a while, this morning I had a Java chip that my second mama got me, and I love Java chip from Starbucks, my favorite coffee. Because it's less coffee and it's more chocolate, I think, so it's perfect to me. So that's the perfect thing. So that's what I usually love to have, except the peanut butter coffee and Modesto at the Queen Bee. But I'm hardly there. And oh my gosh, but that peanut butter coffee there at the Queen Bee in downtown Modesto is the best too. They're both would really be hard to choose from because they're both excellent coffees. But the more they're frapped, so it's not really even technically coffee. It's a dash of coffee mixed with more peanut butter for that one, and then this one's more chocolate. But yeah, so it's so funny because now that I'm 25 weeks, I actually can eat a bit more chocolate. The baby don't mind anymore. Because at first, I couldn't do chocolate. I was baby don't want it. But now I'm chocolate ice cream. But still for right now, I don't like chocolate shakes. I like strawberry shakes. And usually that was normal, but I did like chocolate more than chocolate shakes more before pregnancy. And I'm I love strawberry shakes. And I'm still trying to force myself to eat more greens, spinach and salads, but it's still so hard. It's so funny. I'm trying to force it to be healthy, but I'm it's so hard to eat it. Even though it's good for me, but I'm oh, it's really hard. It's so funny. But I am forcing myself to eat apples. I did buy apples and I finished them all. So I'm gonna have to get more soon. And I was forcing myself to have a banana at least. But yeah, the apple is definitely forcing myself because that's not bad. And that's pretty easy because that's more of a liquid. You know what I mean. It's more watery. Just eat the fruit. So apples are good for the baby. So eating that more. Lemons, I kind of actually paused now. I'm I love the real lemons from Safeway. No one sells the real lemons like Safeway. Those actually look like the ones that come from the tree. Even though they all do, I know that. But they have the good ones. They don't have the ones that I really don't care for, even though they look prettier, but I'm see, that's not a real lemon. They sell the good lemons Safeway. So usually now it's funny because I always shopped at Walmart with my mom, and Walmart can be cheaper, but I like Safeway now that I live here with Babe, and when I grocery shop, because I'm like, they have more deals, and then they have an organic aisle, so I have like organic animal crackers, which I got, and like I try to have, what are they called, like granola bars and stuff like that for the baby, because that's good for the baby too. But yeah, I'm like, I can't believe I like Safeway more. And then I shop at Target more, but I'm like, woo, Target's definitely more pricey than Walmart, because like my eye drops at Target are almost 20 bucks, and them at Walmart is like 16, like $15.99. So I'm like, ooh, this is a big difference. It's different cash, definitely. But I have to have eye drops, especially since all the fires going on in California were burning my eyes, the dust, because I live in the country now, and everybody's cuts the corn, sweeps the trees, so I'm like, my eyes are burning. So I use like 4 eye drops a day. I have to use a lot, and plus my doctor says I don't blink all the way, so I'm like staring at my phones, and I try not to anymore. Definitely being pregnant too, I'm too tired anyways to stare at my phone all day. I'm like, I can't even read long. I'm like, okay, I'm done reading. Because even if I'm trying to read comics and scriptures, I read like a few, and then I'm like, I'm tired. I always never have energy, of course. Well, obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm going to Baby. And Baby Brown takes like all my energy, of course. Like, mommy's tired. I even got some library books at the library. And I'm like, I could read like a little bit, and sometimes even maybe a chapter, and then I'm like, okay, done for the day. It's so hurtful. Bye-bye, Baba. You're going too far. Look how far she is. She always does that, though. Snow White's definitely the adventure puppy. This one, the German Shepherds are just intelligently amazing. She stays by my side no matter what. Like, I listen. That one, does she listen? No. But we found out that she's actually more American Bulldog, something else, I don't know how to say it, and Queensland Third, and she actually has a 1% like German Shepherd and like a ton of other things. But I'm like, that's incredible. Snow White is a mutt times 10, like she's 10 different things. And then next we're gonna do her, and I'm pretty sure she's 100% German Shepherd, because she has a lot of health problems. Because she gets anxiety with car rides, so she pukes a lot, or she eats too much, or gets into things that she's not supposed to eat and then pukes. So we love taking her for adventures, like when I go to the mountains and stuff, but usually I ask my mom first. I'm like, you want a babysitter? Because she loves getting out of the vehicle. It's just when we're in the vehicle, like when we're four-wheeling or camping, she's like, when we're in the vehicle, she's like, hey, not having a fun time. Snow White, on the other hand, Snow White could live in a vehicle. She wouldn't even care with us. She'd be like, okay, as long as I could go poop. She really wouldn't care. She's like super easy, Snow White. She's like, I don't care where we go. We could go to the snow, we could go to hot. She's like, okay. It's so funny. I love them both so much. God definitely give them health for many, many years, and they meet my baby, and they love Baby Brown. Of course, they have to. Like, you guys have to protect Baby Brown, huh? Of course, it's me and Ronnie's baby. You guys love Mama, and you guys love Ronnie. You gotta love Baby Brown, huh? She's like, I have no idea what you're saying, Mama, but okay. But yeah, I think walking actually helped again. I always have to make sure there's vehicles, because last time that vehicle came real quick and scared the bejeebs out of me. So I always just check my surroundings, because I always have to check, because we're next to a canal, so they always make sure people ain't swimming and dumping things and whatnot, of course. So actually the water looks not too bad today. It's been ugly for a long time, but I can't believe all that has grown in it. Like big huge things in there, like plant life. I mean, it's really neat. It's crazy. But yeah, sometimes walking, I'm like, it hurts, and then other times I'm like, it feels so good for the baby. The baby loves when I'm up and walking, but yeah, I get tired real quick at the same time. So it's so funny. It's a half and half kind of thing. But baby sleeps while I walk. Baby loves when I'm walking. He's totally asleep when I walk. As soon as I sit down, or as soon as I'm like laying down to go to sleep, baby's like, hoo-yah. I'm like, oh, every time. I'm like, so a couple times he's knocked the air out of me, but lately it's pretty good. pretty good hits that are like not too bad, pretty mellow. But yeah, sometimes baby definitely knocking the air out of mommy, and he's not even a big boy yet. He's getting there. He will be soon. 25 weeks. I thank the Lord. It's awesome. I love baby boy.